Okay guys, here we go. So those of you that have been watching for the 9th of Av, this is what I got, guys. This is huge. So any of you not familiar with what we've been going over, I'll put the other messages in the description field, okay? I know a lot of you guys are new to the channel and everything and have subscribed. Most of it is related to the 9th of Av, and so this is one of the important things I have to share. I'm going to share some more. I don't have everything, but guys, this is huge. This is critical. I'll get into why later, but right now I want you to see that it is true. Daniel 8 is being fulfilled. Okay. Now, those of you that have followed this, you'll know that in the end of April, so like 3 months ago, I told you guys about this. And I said this day, this 9th of Av was significant. And I said, I didn't know exactly, you know, we're looking at the 6th seal, we're looking at all these things, but we're looking at this prophecy, okay? So what we're talking about here, guys, is Daniel 8. So when I talked about it 3 months ago, I'm learning this prophecy, and it's still happening. So there may be more information, but I have critical information right now. Now, how it works, guys, is this is Daniel 8, and he has a vision. He sees two beasts, okay? One is a ram, one is a goat, okay? And later on, we are told that the ram represents the Medo-Persian Empire, which we would now consider the Middle East. And the goat represents Greece, okay? Now that was fulfilled back in the day with Alexander the Great and his 4 generals, but there's a portion of it about this little horn that wasn't fulfilled then, okay? So I'll go over it real quick, guys. So we have the ram, then we have the goat, okay? And therefore the he-goat became very great, and he was strong, and the great horn was broken into 4 notable ones towards the 4 winds of heaven. All right, so what that means, guys, is that there have been 4 U.S. presidents, 4 notable ones that have been at war in this vicinity, in the Middle East, okay? And so, you know, you got the Bushes, you got Clinton, and you got Obama. All of those are the 4 notable ones. Then out of the 4th notable ones, the 4th notable one comes a little horn towards the 4 winds. The 4 winds are the first 4 seals of Revelation. So that's what's happened. In Obama's 2nd term, he is turned into, or even before his 2nd term, into this little horn figure here, okay? And out of one came forth the little horn, which waxed great towards the south, towards the east, towards the pleasant land. And it waxed great even to the hosts of heaven, and cast down of the host and of the stars to the ground, and stamped on them, okay? So what does that mean? Well, what that means is that there are stars of heaven, or there are seats, or there are thrones that, you know, kings of nations sit in, okay? Remember that this is about kings. The little horn in these beasts are about kings, okay? So what happens is he stamps on them, and stamps on the star, and stamps on these thrones, and becomes great, okay? So what he's doing, guys, he's preparing the way. Obama is not the Antichrist. So what he's doing this through trade agreements, okay? Then we learned about TPP. And so TPP is how he's doing it. Now, TPP is merchants. It is full of courts and a whole system that will then supersede nations and rule over nations through trade. Okay, and they have their own court system and everything. It's crazy, guys. Do some research on it. This channel is not about telling you about that. It's about telling you Bible prophecies being fulfilled. But do the research on this stuff. Don't just take my word for it. Okay. So then what happens, guys, is all these nations are giving up their sovereignty to this system. So this is how the European Union was started, through a trade agreement. Next thing you know, it's over the whole thing. Okay? So the same thing is happening. Now TPP includes these countries, guys. Chile, New Zealand, Singapore, Australia, Peru, Vietnam, Malaysia, Mexico, Canada, Japan, Colombia, Philippines, Taiwan, South Korea. Okay? Those are all part of the TPP. So they're all brought into this trade agreement. But what happened as well, now this just passed, you know, like a month ago or so. So it passed, it's gone through, but there's another trade agreement that's called TISA. And so what TISA is, it's another layer, it's a layer above that, which includes these countries. The whole European Union. Hong Kong, Iceland, Israel, Liechtenstein, Norway, Switzerland, Uruguay, Panama, Turkey, Pakistan, and Paraguay. Okay? So now what you have, guys, you have all these countries under this trade agreement. Okay? And you can see this encompasses the whole globe. Okay? So then, guys, what happened is Obama went to Africa. Now, exactly Tisha B'Av last year, 2014, all the African leaders came to D.C., okay? And every country in the whole continent was represented except for 8 countries. So we're talking the whole continent, guys. The whole continent. Now, the way you negotiate with the Africans is not the same way you do these other developed countries. You know, when you work with Africans, you have big banquets and splendor and, you know, everyone is important and blah, blah, blah. But really what's going on is billions of dollars are being sent to Africa to have it part of this system, guys. Okay? So, you know, Africa doesn't present the same amount of, you know, global corporations like many of the other developed countries do. Okay? So what you have to do is you have to get all the leaders together to say, look, we got billions here, all right? And they'll, you know, and they'll come. And so they're coming for the money. But guys, all this stuff is about merchants. It says in Nehemiah 3, you have magnified merchants above the stars of heaven. So the little horn represents the merchants. He's the man that you see. But behind him, there's a small number of corporations that are controlling this whole thing, leading to one world government. Okay? So that is what's going on. I read all these nations to you guys. Okay? And what's happening is there's only a handful of corporations, banks, oil. They are in control of this. There's courts that bypass the court systems of the nations. I mean, it's absolutely crazy. Okay? So this has all happened. So Obama in Africa during Tisha B'Av 2015, all those nations were in Tisha B'Av 2014 in D.C. Now he's in there. He just won the whole continent, guys. So Obama is in Africa to get the whole continent. So he's got all these countries, I read, and now he's got that whole continent. So he's doing exactly this. Now he's the front man. Remember, behind him there are the merchants that are giving the money. You got to follow the money. So when those billions go out to Africa, you know, oh, it's, you know, women and entrepreneurs. It all looks good on media. Don't fool yourself. If you know anything about Africa, the money there never reaches the people, never goes where it should. It's the same corruption for thousands of years. It's going to happen again. But the most important thing is this little horn. Okay? Now, the other significant thing on Tisha B'Av, number one, we have Obama in Africa doing these trips, Kenya, Ethiopia. The other significant thing, so now he's got the whole continent, and the other significant thing, guys, is what is the other thing on this exact date that's significant? So while he's doing that, what happens? In Detroit, they have the statue of Satan. Now the statue of Satan is what? A goat! So you can see that this is a goat that is displayed here in this prophecy. So what is happening in the natural realm? There's the unveiling of the goat of Satan on Tisha B'Av. This is significant, guys. It's actually a display of the little horn's seat of authority. So what do you have? You have Satan on a seat being displayed in front of a small group. But it was known, and you know, it was clear that there was a specific date of that unveiling. It's the same one that, you know, was in Oklahoma City. It moved up to Detroit. But guys, they did that on Tisha B'Av. They did that to represent this prophecy, this goat, this little horn. And so when you even look at that statue, it has 2 horns, and then it has another thing that goes up, and there's something weird inside. I can't get good pictures of it, but I'm telling you, the center thing on that statue of Satan is the little horn. that little thing in there, whatever it is the little horn. It represents him, guys. And so when they unveiled it on the day that Obama has completed casting down all these stars, casting down all these thrones, all these nations. And then what these nations are going to do is pressure other nations to come under this thing and usher in one world government. It's going to happen, guys. But the key thing for you to understand is that this prophecy was fulfilled on a specific date, guys. Okay? And I'll get into reasons why later. But I appreciate all the comments, all the information. If there's anything else on Tisha B that you've seen, I might not have seen it. So throw it in a comment. Tell me. That's why I'm not doing the big announcement, because I think there's more information to be had. Okay, guys? So, guys, this is amazing. I really hope you don't just look at me and look at my view of this, but you look at what the world is happening around you. This is happening. And guys, this is the most significant prophetic thing that you're not hearing about. And you'll know why when I get to the unveiling of it. But it has to do with this, okay? That's just a little teaser out there. So guys, let's keep our ears to the ground. Let's keep watching. I appreciate all you guys for watching and praying and everything leading up to this date. This is why some of these things I was looking for a major catastrophe, major thing as part of the sixth seal. These are major things, but they didn't, you don't know. You just have to watch. You have to let the prophecy and the events speak for themselves and not force anything. So guys, God bless you, and keep watching, keep commenting, keep sharing. This thing is going to keep going, guys. This is just this is the trigger event. This is it, guys. The unveiling of the statue of Satan. This is it. So more of this stuff I'm telling you about, TPP, TSA, it's going down, man. It's all going down, guys. Okay. So I know there's a lot of different things and views. Oh, this, all these other things. But the other one I want to mention before I conclude here, guys, is there's other things that we've watched during this time with what the Temple Institute is doing. Okay, so and what our Supreme Court has done. Now you can find that in Jeremiah 52. It talks about the 9th day of the 4th month. Well, that was when the Supreme Court voted on same-sex marriage. Okay, and then it talks about the 10th of Av. That was actually yesterday. Okay, and yesterday the temple announced it has blueprints to build a temple. So guys, they're announcing they're building the temple on the day after the temples were destroyed. And we know they're building the temple for the Antichrist, guys. The abomination that makes desolate. They're starting the daily sacrifice to build the temple for the other Messiah. So guys, all this stuff is going down, I'm telling you. So that's why I encourage you guys to keep praying, keep seeking, keep asking God to show you this stuff. He'll confirm it. He'll show you indications. He'll perform His word with signs following. I'm telling you, this is all going down, guys. So God bless you. Love you guys, and thanks for everything. Many things I'm giving you guys in this video are from, I didn't know, from you guys sharing with me. So I love you guys. I appreciate it so much. And we'll be able to bring the kingdom to earth. Okay? And Yeshua, our Lord Jesus Christ, is coming soon. Amen? All right. We'll talk soon.